Stacy and this is Layla. We're registered dietitians at Memorial Cancer Institute, and we're happy that you're able to join us for our cooking class. This is Ray over here from Publix, and he's going to make us a delicious spring roll. It's a vegetarian spring roll. I know it's not spring, but we can make this any time of year. So if you have any comments, please get involved. Put it on the comment section below, and we will get to it. So let's get cooking, right?
Cool. All right, guys. So we're going to be making a spring roll. We have a whole lot of veggies and some fruit here. We have red pepper, some papaya, cucumber, green onion, some matchstick carrots, some mushrooms, and we're also going to do some tofu. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to saute up our mushrooms. So we have some baby portobellos, and this is going to take a little while to cook. When you cook mushrooms, you want to make sure that you allow them to do their thing. They first have to release a lot of the moisture on them, and then once that moisture leaves them, they start to get nice and crispy. So that's really where you want to be with these. Or you can puree them first and then cook them, but it works out a little bit better if you kind of do it a little bit in reverse.
Right, and how do you clean mushrooms if you don't buy them already chopped up?
I just brush them off with a paper towel.
Okay.
If you rinse them, they get kind of slimy. So I just like to just kind of brush them off.
Okay. Do you use like a wet paper towel?
No,
or
dry one.
A dry paper towel. Oh.
So moving on, we're gonna go into our pepper, and I'm gonna show you guys a little trick here with this to take out all the seeds. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut off the top. We're gonna cut off the bottom with my very small knife, and then we're gonna make a little slit. Then what you do is you actually unroll the pepper.
And peppers are also really high in vitamin C, and they have fiber in it. So.
And we don't need a whole lot of this. I mean, if you're making a few of them, of course, we'll use the pepper. But for our purposes here, we're going to use just a little piece. And I like to go an extra step, and I like to go ahead and fillet this a little bit, just to kind of thin it out, because I like this part right here. This is great, of course, but if you want a nice consistent piece, this is where you want to go. So we want some very, very thin slices. And we do offer knife skills classes, so you can kind of do this. You get these little matchsticks. Then, of course, you have your carrots that are already cut matchstick. We're going to do our green onion. Just cut off the very top of it.
So green onion and scallions are the same thing?
Actually, a green onion is actually, it has a little bit more of a bulb on the bottom. This is technically a scallion,
okay.
But we interchange it all the time. It's not 100% correct, but yeah, we interchange it ourselves all the time. At least I do. So with these, you just want to go real thin again. Layla wanted to do all the chopping for you guys, but I wanted.
You kicked her to the side.
I wanted to practice a little bit, so she taught me how to do all the chopping right before we started this. So.
But I don't know if you guys could see, he bends his hand so he doesn't cut his fingers off. I mean, fingers could be high in fiber, but
yeah,
we don't really want it in our dish.
With our mince, you want to pick off some of the leaves and try and keep them together, keeping the largest one you can find on the bottom. And what that does is it keeps everybody together. And then what you want to do is you want to roll them up and cut these however big you want them. And this is called a chiffonade, which basically means little ribbons. So again, thin is in here. So as thin as you can go. And you get these really nice little strips.
And especially with mint, since we do this for cancer patients, it's great for nausea, it's great for indigestion. You can make tea with it, just throw it in some boiling water and drink it. There's just so many ways to add mint to your diet. And it's great to add flavor to your food without adding the extra salt and fat and calories.
Right. So here we have our cucumber. So Layla's actually going to jump in this in a second here. This is our ceramic slicer, and what this does is it gives us some really nice consistent strips, but you have to be very careful. This knife is very, very sharp. So when you hold it, just go right above here. I just need 2 slices out of that.
But that's one of the best tools because when, like you'll see, it makes ribbons and you can make salads with it, like a ribbon salad with a cucumber and carrots, just to make it different instead of just chopping it into pieces. They do.
So glad you asked.
And if you, so the question was if they sell it here, and Publix does sell it. And if you come to a class, you get 20% off just the equipment, not the food, the equipment. So it's a great way to come to the class, and you could also
You can't get a discount on the wine either. Only
Oh,
for
no,
the
no
cooking
food.
equipment. So these, to your point, you get these nice ribbons, and if you guys, and this is unrelated and sort of unrehearsed, but just to give you an idea, you can actually take some of these things and you can make a little roll, and this looks a lot nicer on a plate, maybe on top of a salad, than just a bunch of veggies piled up. So you can kind of get versatile, and it has 4 different settings, 4 different thicknesses.
Or instead of using bread for a sandwich, like making wraps, you could use the cucumber as the outside and stuff it. If you wanted to use turkey or tuna, you could use the cucumber as a wrap and eat it that way.
So we're going to take our cucumber, and if we cut it this way, it's a little bit too long. This way, it's kind of short. So we're going to go across. I'm sorry?
Just right.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, the little Goldilocks cut. So this would be on a bias, and you get a nice, you can peel it if you want to, but that green really adds a nice color and a nice texture to it as well.
And fiber.
Yes.
It's more fiber.
Yeah, I was going to get to that. All right, so obviously you can see there's a lot of knife work here, but once you get all this together, it's just like making little wraps. So the beginning part, it might seem a little daunting because you've got, different things, but you can obviously modify these. You can add different veggies instead. You can add different fruit, whatever you want to do. There's no rules, right? So with our papaya, I peeled it already for you. You're welcome. And we're going to cut these, again, same way.
Wait, how did you peel the papaya? With just a peeler?
With a peeler.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know if you did it fancy or there's a special tool to peel the
No.
papaya.
Yeah, no, I peeled it.
So. You always make sure you have a stable face, though, right? Because you don't want to cut yourself. So that's why he took the end off.
Mm-hmm. So you group these together. Well done. You group these together, and same as this. Okay, you want everything to be about the same size. When you eat this, you don't want to take a bite and all of a sudden you're just getting, heavy cucumber. Or you want everything to be nice and small. Think of like a little sushi roll. So it looks like organized chaos, but
and papaya is great. It's high in vitamin C. It's great for digestion. And they do sell papaya in like half of it. We're already chopped up, so if you're scared to buy the whole thing, they do it for you.
Yeah, it's got natural enzymes in it to help with digestion. So it's very, very good for you.
The last part here is the tofu. So we used an extra firm tofu, and what we did was this morning early, I got here at 2 a.m., we took it out of the package, and then if you can put it on some kind of rack and basically press it, you want to put a little piece of paper, not paper, like parchment paper, and don't do a stack of plates, just one to kind of hold it, and it squeezes out a lot of excess moisture. And it just makes it a lot easier to work with because it kind of dries it out a little bit. So just a little easier for you. And with these, I was going to go with strips, but I did a dice instead. That way I can kind of spread it out in the roll. And
have you guys ever cooked with tofu before? So with soy, I knew that was going to come up. So soy is okay to have, especially with breast cancer, especially the real tofu, not any of your processed tofu. But they say it's safe to have 2 to 3 servings of soy a week, the real soy. But I know some patients are scared to have it, and I respect that. But the guidelines do say it is safe, and it does help with treatment. And it is high fiber. And like like he said, how you press it down and the moisture comes out, it's like a sponge. So it absorbs any flavor that you put to it. So just grilling it and eating it like that is kind of gross, but you have to add flavor to it so it absorbs it.
It's a blank canvas.
Yeah.
So you can do just about anything with it. I'm so glad you taught me how to cut today, because I was really nervous about all this.
Did you bag it too?
Yes, I actually came in early this morning and I cut all the carrots and I put them in the bag.
You've been up since 2 a.m. doing this.
Actually, I've been up since midnight because I had to come in, get a shower, dress, so I came in at 2 a.m.
Did you grow the vegetable too?
No, there's not enough hours in the day.
Slacking.
I know, I'm sorry. For next time I will.
Okay.
So we're going to take our mushrooms and Layla's going to chop these up. So we have our little food processor here.
20% off?
Yes, thank you. But you know what? It's a food processor, but it comes with other attachments.
Does it really?
It does. Vanna? There he is. It comes with a whisk attachment.
Ooh.
It comes with your immersion blender for your shakes, your protein shakes, all that good stuff. Oh, there's more.
But wait, there's more.
Oh.
Call now.
You get the measuring cup. And if you call right now, we'll throw in the box totally for free.
That's so awesome.
Yeah, it's great. So go ahead and zap it. There's high and low. Do high or low, whatever makes you happy.
Just pulsing?
Just
Could you leave it whole if you want?
it'll get a little bulky. You know, the whole thing here is we've been talking about trying to keep things small so you get all the flavors. You know, you don't want to take a bite and pull out a whole mushroom.
Scrape the sides.
You can.
So it's even.
That's right.
So did we talk about mushrooms? Mushrooms have protein too. So they're a good way to get a little extra protein.
And for people who want to start going more vegetarian, vegan, it is a great option if you're missing the steak or the chicken because it has that chicken texture to it. And like tofu, it absorbs the flavor. So marinating it before you cook it, it really brings out the flavor of the mushroom. But you can make it into burgers, add it to sauces. Even I like to make meatloaves or whatever, and you can hide the vegetables in there, hide the mushrooms in there. High in B vitamins, high in fiber,
High in potassium.
right, chef?
Right. I love mushrooms, so for me, I'm happy. Okay.
Because you're a fun guy.
Yes. It's my joke.
You weren't saying it.
So here we have rice paper, and this is really fun to use. You just got to take some precautions, I would say. A little insurance policy. Number one, that's an insurance policy right here. Plastic wrap. If you don't, good luck getting it off your counter, or plate, or cutting board, or wherever you go. It really helps. In addition to that, more insurance. You take a whatever you're going to put these on, assuming you're making more than one. You're going to line that sheet pan or that plate or whatever it is with plastic wrap. Thanks. And it helps right to remove them. They just come right off. Otherwise, they do start to have a tendency to stick. If you try and use these right off, they're very brittle. So what we need to do is not even a soak. Just dip them, and it's still going to feel a little solid, but by the time you come back to them, they'll be good enough to go. One little tip that I learned the hard way is if you're, let's say, reaching into the package, your fingers are wet. At some point, they will stick to each other, and then they'll start to break. So try and grab a group of what you think you're actually going to use, and then just do those. If you keep reaching inside the package, you're going to have a little bit of a problem.
I don't know if you said it, but is that warm water, cold water, or does it matter?
Warm would be ideal, but cold is cold is okay.
Okay.
And why are we using these instead of other? Because these are lower in calories. Okay, these are very low in calories.
Or especially if
We're gonna
someone...
prove my little theory there.
Well, at least you're cleaning.
Yeah. Oh, actually,
Nope. Did not sign up for that.
You lost the bet, didn't you? Okay, so Layla's going to build some of these. I'm going to build some. We're going to kind of do them together here. No particular order, okay?
Do you have a question?
Yes, question.
And of course, you sell that here.
Yes.
Yes, we sell that here.
Can you show
Yeah, sure. Absolutely.
And there's all different brands too.
Look.
Have you guys ever used it before? Or anyone at home ever used it?
Here, the package is open, so be careful, but you can test it.
Yeah, it's
Just,
paper.
yeah, actually, take one out, let them feel it, and then you guys can pass the package around. All right, so you want to go a little bit. Don't overstuff, and then, yeah, that's perfect right
enough?
there.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, if these were just, they feel funny, don't they? Doesn't feel like food. If you guys, if this was just mushroom, then of course, you know, stuff them. But because we have all these other things to go, and this is not very big, you have to be considerate of what you're putting in here so that you're actually able to close it. So that one's going to be yours. We're going to see what happens. So we're going to take some carrots. You can do
But
yours.
just think, this is giving you an idea of how to use the rice paper. This is endless of what you could put in there. So if you want to not be vegetarian or vegan and you want to add meat to it, be my guest, you could add shrimp and chicken and beef and fish and whatever you want. You could get so creative with it. Even have different themes. You could do,
Think
I don't know,
about
like
burrito.
a Greek night or a burrito night or, I don't know, Chinese food, whatever you want. You could add to it.
It's really nice too if you use, you know, I just have a, you know, I like to be consistent on my bites. So, but it's really, it's, if you do like the whole mint leaf on the bottom, it's really nice because when you fold it, you see that nice leaf in there. You can get really pretty with these.
There's a place I go to and they do a shrimp and they cut the shrimp in half and put it on the outside when they roll it. So when you look at it, you see the shrimp. So it's pretty.
So,
Get creative.
you know, this is a little tricky to see from where you guys are at, but basically it's delicate, but it's kind of stretchy. So it does have some
If
opportunity.
you guys want to come up and see, or if you want to
yeah.
look at the camera up there, you could see it.
So it's, again, it's got a little bit
look
of.
at Layla go.
She's showing off right
See?
Yeah, she is.
I make burritos at home, so it's
now.
similar.
Okay.
Ooh.
Oh, she's moved on to the second one.
Wow.
See?
But they also have bigger ones too. These are, I think, the 6-inch wraps, but they have bigger ones. So if you wanted to make bigger burritos or bigger wraps, you could. Yeah.
So now we're going to make our dipping sauce. And this is going to be all you. So you're going to squeeze half of a lemon into here. Use the strainer for you.
Can I ask a question?
You just did.
Okay, so second question is that, so this should be made as you need it, like not to save for later.
Well, I mean,
Does
you can
it
make.
get a little
You can.
tough?
No,
or-
not really.
Okay.
You can make these a few hours ahead of time. I would say. I wouldn't go days,
Okay.
but morning of would not be terrible. Just keep in mind what you have in here. I don't know if I mentioned the mushrooms. In a perfect world, you should cool them down. That way, you're not mixing hot and cold. You know, it's all pretty much consistent. So just be mindful of that. Oops. So we have our lemon juice. We're going to do a little bit of rice wine vinegar. So it's all in order here. Everything's going to go in there. So you can actually, you know, serve these whole. You can cut them in half. Just again, be careful. This rice paper gets a little sticky. Yeah, just a little splash. Oh, come on.
Oh my
a little
God.
More. A little more. Don't be my bartender. A little bit more. A little more. There you go. Because in a minute you're going to be tasting this. So.
Okay.
Can we try getting this off the counter?
Ooh. Yeah, it should be.
Once you kind of, if you were to like lift this when it's whole, I mean it's not very good. So don't recommend that. Use a plastic wrap. This stuff here is phenomenal. This is a chili garlic sauce. Smells
the
incredible. We're gonna do a little spoonful of that.
This makes it spicy, right?
Yeah. So okay, you're gonna be tasting that. Good luck.
But that's to your taste. Some people like it really hot. Some people like it
She's like,
mild. She likes it
perfect.
spicy.
Perfect.
Ooh, and honey.
Yes, dear?
Sweetie.
Sorry. Go ahead. You can use agave, you can use honey, or you can leave it out completely if you'd like.
But honey is so good. I'm really an advocate for the bees and all honey. But
That looks about right.
Okay, perfect. And let's do a little bit of cilantro. So keep this bunched up as tight as you can, and it makes chopping a lot easier. And again, you want to take your time with this. No need to go fast with it. No need to go fast. Yeah. You guys are like doctors, right? Like if I get cut, you'll take care of me. So we'll do some cilantro, and
we're the food doctors.
Right.
Uh-oh. Do you have a bottle of water, or what do you take for spicy foods?
Milk.
Oh, so do you have milk on hand?
We
in
do
case?
have milk on
Okay.
hand.
I don't know. We'll see what happens to you first.
No, it's good.
Look, the hair is standing up.
No, it's good.
So this would be your
It's spicy, but it's good.
this would be your dipping sauce. You can serve this on the side. You can actually drizzle it on top if you'd like, and you can use them for dipping. Keith is actually coming around for you guys with that, and I hope you guys enjoy Facebook Live. We'll ship it out to you if you like it. And any questions, anybody?
Well, thank you for joining us on Facebook Live. If you have any questions, post it in the comment section, and we will get back to you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Goodbye.